Okay, hi everybody, my name is Hayden, and this is the second video of my Zoom/Google Slides series that I've been doing for my YouTube channel. Basically, I make a presentation that I think on a topic that I either want to talk about or things I think that could help other people, whether that be like educational awareness on marine conservation or just wildlife conservation in general, or just little things like the thing I'm going to be talking about today, which is how you can become a either shark activist or shark conservationist or whatever one that you want to call yourself. I flip between the two. So a little bit of background. I have been a shark conservationist, I would say, for a year and 4 months, I think. I That's probably wrong. But anyways, it started in May 2019. On April 2019, I went shark diving for the first time. And when I was diving, I realized like how wrong the media has gotten sharks all over the past lot of decades. And I started to wonder how many other animals are having their bad reputation and wondering what it's like to be what it's like to be a shark, but like the things that are affecting them. And I found out a lot, and I wanted to do something about it, about like finning and overfishing and bycatch and laws that should be replaced, and things that I saw in my town, like seeing my supermarket be selling a vulnerable species of shark, their meat, or like going to surf shops and tourist shops and seeing like the shark tooth necklaces. Um, so that kind of thing. And I've been acting on it for almost a year and a half now. And so I thought I would share about how, if you were interested in that, that you can get involved in it and all that. So for my presentation, let me share the screen. Oops, slide ahead. All right. So the presentation today is called "How You Can Become a Shark Conservationist," and that's my Instagram and link tree. My link tree has my website, the Shark Safe Project website, um, and my personal website. It also has some petitions that you can go sign, which is a good thing that you have to do to be a shark conservationist. So you got to get used to signing all those petitions. And I also had one more thing, but it's not coming to mind right now. But anyways, the first thing that you have to do is you have to get educated on the subject if you're not already. So things like, as I said before, like shark finning, and that's on the photo on the bottom right, overfishing, bycatch, bad claws, things that you're seeing around your town, or just starting to learn about sharks, like how they have seven senses instead of five like people do, where they like to live and all that, how long they live. Just get shark savvy, which is what I like to call it. Again, you can learn about shark finning that happens all around the world, and it's not a really local issue, it's more of a global issue. But of course, what I like to say, you have to act local, act act local to get global. Well, actually, I don't say that. My teacher says it, but I like what she says. Third one is you can learn about your favorite type of shark, because I found that starting to learn about one specific type of shark, it helps me learn about every other species, that subspecies that there is. Learn their IUCN status as well. So I'm going to share a little bit about the IUCN. So the IUCN is the International Union for Conservation of Nature. To be one, a shark conservationist or activist, I've learned that you'll be visiting this website a lot. Of course, there's no one way to be a conservationist, but it's good to know what sharks have for their IUCN Red List status, which is where you can check about their if they're close to being endangered or not, or if they're extinct, or if you just any type of information that you want to know about their population. So just search in like your favorite shark. One of them is the big eye thresher, and as you can see, it is a vulnerable species. So then, once you know their status, you can learn how to act more appropriately to save the specific species if you would like. The fourth one, watch documentaries. My favorite is Shark Water Extinction by Rob Stewart. Unfortunately, he did pass away, but he did make a bunch of conservation content before his passing. Two documentaries as well that are listed with the name Shark Water. I would recommend that you watch his as well as others like Ocean Ramsey's. You can watch short films as well, like one of my favorite shark conservationists is Madison Stewart, also known as Shark Girl Maddie or Madison. She's also great to watch, and of course, tell other people about it. And you might be wondering in what format. My personal favorite is through social media. Shameless self plug right there. That's my Instagram. But I found that Instagram is probably the most useful one, just because I found that there's the most conservationist on there. It's really easy to. Sorry, it's raining outside. Well, not sorry, but I can't control the weather. But if that's what you hear in the back, that's what that is. I don't want to start over filming again. But yeah, Instagram is pretty good. Um, Facebook, I use that kind of just to tell my relatives because that's where they're all at. Facebook, I think of that more as like a family type of platform. If not, they have a bunch of good conservation groups on there as well. You can make your own YouTube channel. I've really enjoyed making them so far. Make your own website. I have two, one for my conservation project and another just for like my photographs, blogs, all that good stuff. And then Twitter, I found has not been the best way to get my message across just because I don't know. I haven't found really much conservation types on there, types of content on there. It's mostly just people that post on Instagram and then they just put their same exact stuff also on Twitter just to get the message out more. So I think Twitter's mostly used as just to get your message to broader platforms. And so you also have to be really passionate about it and you have to have some enthusiasm as well is one of the best ways that you can get your message across, I found. So find, I believe, how it's pronounced is niche. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Find that and just, even if it's not with shark conservation, it's just always great to have more passion and enthusiasm behind what you're doing because it helps get your message across better. One of my favorite quotes is by Steve Irwin, and because he's one of my favorite conservationists. Obviously not just like shark conservation, because I mean, well, he did do some shark conservation, but mostly like reptiles and other types of wildlife. But either way, one of my most favorite quotes is the most important thing that I found that perhaps you could use is be passionate and enthusiastic in the direction that you choose in life, and you'll be a winner. So I think that quote kind of speaks for itself. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you. And yeah, you can definitely use a hobby to your advantage as well. My personal favorite is photography. I found that when I photograph wildlife, it's my way of getting across to other people after I post it online. Using that as a kind of an eye catcher and then install like a conservation message below. I haven't really been able to do that with sharks because I just got into underwater photography. And of course, I can't dictate where the sharks are at the time. It's much easier to find land animals, but because sharks are always all over the place, all over the time, it's kind of hard to find them. The only one I have found is the one on the left so far, which that is a nurse shark and it's sleeping. So it's not the best of a photo. But you should also, yeah, you can also use any other hobby that you have, for example, videography, photography. If you're a painter, you can paint obviously, but it can be like wildlife in that way. You can also get your message across, or if you want to do that through songwriting or dance, whatever your hobby is, sports, whatever. It's I found that it's really easier to get my message across when I'm using a hobby because it also makes me more interested in the topic as well and can actually make it come across lighter, I guess. Not that like you want to water down your message on shark conservation, but you know, a lot of things when people aren't aware of it, it's harder to get your message across if you're constantly spewing the negative. You also have to balance it out with positive, which is really hard to do because there's not that much positivity going on with shark conservation. But when there is, really try to act on that and use whatever you're passionate about, of course. So, for example, again, the photo on the left I took of a nurse shark sleeping. I really liked how the water and light were combining. So it looks like there's a bunch of rainbows everywhere too, which I think was pretty cool. And then on the right, that was a spotted eagle ray I found. And yeah, again, with my thing is photography, and I'm trying to get more into videography now that I have a YouTube channel. I usually post my photography on my Instagram. And the last thing, of course, in order to be an activist, you have to take action. That's what makes you an activist. So again, one of the biggest things I found that anybody can do, even if you're not a conservationist nor an activist or anything that you, again, that you would like to call yourself, because at the end of the day, your label is up to you. Signing petitions is a one that anybody can do. It takes literally like 10 seconds if you've done one before, maybe like 40 if you haven't, just because you have to put in your email. The platform I like to go through is change.org. Don't don't donate through there though, because it doesn't actually go through to the petition that you're signing. It just goes to the people that run change.org. So that's something also to be aware of if you're going to be using that platform. But it's one of the easiest petition signing platforms that I have found and that I use weekly. You can also make a project if you want. You can find whatever subcategory of shark conservation that really sparks your interest and make a project through there. Like with my project, because I'm at the beach a lot, because I live in Florida, luckily, and I found that a lot of at tourist shops, there's a bunch of shark tooth necklaces, and they're always white, and that means that the shark was killed for its teeth and other body parts to be sold to people. So because I see that so often, I've decided to make a project based off of that, just because I'm near it a lot. So that's make your own project as well, if that's what you want to do, of course. Third, collaborate with other shark conservationists. That way, I have found to be also really beneficial for my own learning, because when you're talking with other people about something that you're passionate about, you can learn more about not only sharks, but about people as well. Use your art, like I said before, on, I believe it was the last one, to spread awareness about what you want to get across to people. Because that's one of the biggest things also, is spreading awareness, but also acting on that message that you're promoting. And if you're able to work with sharks in a career or in a volunteer job, I'm not allowed to just because I'm under 18, but I am working right now towards a career in working with sharks every day. So that's kind of what I was getting across to, basically, which I'll stop sharing. So if anything that I said interests you, make sure to give it a like. If you have any if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Make sure to subscribe for more conservation content. And I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Oh, yeah, I think I've said everything that I wanted to say. I'm really bad at ending these, so I'm just gonna say bye.